Good morning, YouTube family. Martinez Country Home here. Today's Wednesday, June the 8th, 2022. Guys, I just want to talk about a couple of things. Yesterday, I read a story about UP, Union Pacific, asking. Uh, now, okay, so they apparently asked Flying J and the pilot truck stops to cut their shipments by 26%, right? And this was in April when they first told them that. And then yesterday, they asked them to further cut their shipments by 50%, or they were gonna get embargoed. And at first, I thought I was reading like the same story from a couple of months back, which was in April. But the one in April, the one from a couple of months back, was when UP said that they were not gonna send out ship fertilizer. They weren't gonna take any more new orders. And it's funny, guys, because I always thought I have a relative that works for the railroad, and what, I would always ask him questions, and I always thought, well, shipping, the railroads will always keep on going. They will not be affected, or um, you know, they there will always be shipping. In other words, that's what I'm trying to say. But guys, um, I just made a video a couple of days ago about how it's so apparent that America's being uh, basically deconstructed on purpose, right? And you know, every day it seems more and more. It just becomes more apparent what's going on. So, again, we just had Union Pacific tell Flying J and Pilot, which is the same, owned by the same, I guess it's the same company, to they're not gonna ship any more fuel, especially the DEF, which is used for diesel. It's a stabilizer. Uh, and so we're getting there. I had mentioned that they were taking away our ability to get food, by raising prices and shortages, and then with the fuel, messing with our fuel. um so many things going on right now, guys. And I just went to the groceries yesterday, just to pick up a few things, but everything looks so normal. Prices, of course, have gone up, but um what I was gonna say, guys, is so many people have normalcy bias, right? That it can't happen here, or that it's not gonna be as bad. But I always remember, guys, and I want to remind you that in the spring of 2020, the powers that be, they showed how organized they were when they shut down the entire country. They locked us all down. Uh, Traffic was basically limited to what they called essential personnel, right? Um, and it was kind of psychological, because really nothing really closed down. You could still travel, you could still move around, but they said that only for, like, if you got to go to the groceries, or you have a doctor's appointment, or you got to go get meds, for some reason, that you have to be on the road. And so uh, the majority of people just stayed home. They didn't go nowhere. They actually didn't go anywhere. um, I remember, I traveled even more. I was even more on the road, because I realized that, they're not telling you to go, no, not, you can't go nowhere. It's just that people, that's what they heard. um, you know they heard in their minds that they can't go nowhere, and so that's what they did. Anyway, my point is that these the powers that be, the ruling class, whatever you want to call them, told people, they gave them basically orders, and the people complied. And so, if they can do that, guys, if they can shut down basically the whole United States, um, they can and will shut down our food supplies, our fuel. Um, they can do it, and they are showing you right now, little by little. That's what they're doing. They're Not only that, guys, but the Federal Reserve is about to go into what they call um, quantitative tightening, right? Which is basically they're gonna be taking money out of the money supply. They're not gonna. They're basically gonna be selling their assets or whatever, their balance sheet. But what that also means is that they're not gonna be printing as much money. So they're what they did in the 1920s to bring about the Great Depression, which was shrink the money supply. That's what they're doing again. And so little by little, you will see that more and more become more apparent. I expect, guys, the way it's going, I expect for there to be rationing of fuel. Um, I hope not. I don't know how much more terrible it can get. Even though people are still moving around. I This weekend I was out and about, and there was people out in the water parks. People eating. The restaurants were full. Uh, I don't know what they. I guess they're not paying attention, guys. I don't know. I mean, they're living life, and God bless everybody. You want to be as normal as possible, but right now is not the time to be throwing money around, just wasting it wastefully. So anyway, guys, I expect at the very least fuel rationing, um, maybe rolling blackouts. I'm not sure. I actually expected the blackouts last summer. I thought it was gonna be bad last summer, but by the weather that we're having here right now in Texas, it's very hot. I work on ACs almost every day. Uh, Capacitors blowing out because they're just working. The ACs are working so hard. People are they want to stay cool, and they have those ACs going like day and night, guys. That's another thing. Supplies, to keep these ACs going, the components, the refrigerant, um, the containers to recover refrigerant, all these things, guys. People don't really realize that they're short. There's there's long wait times to get these things. And again, I've said before, the way I prepare my household, I also prepare at my work. Make sure that I have supplies ready so that my residents don't miss a beat. I get to fix their things in a timely manner, and so so far I've been pretty lucky that I have the supplies to get things fixed for my residents. So um, anyway, guys, just be ready. There's some things that we really can't be too, any more better than we are now, especially with the fuel. But we just got to try, guys, and just be as ready as we can. Try to put some fuel away in case they do ration. It'll get you to your job and back, or whatever you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, I'm gonna leave those links below, guys, for, about UP cutting shipments to as far as for the fertilizer and then for the fuel. Guys, if you don't see what's going on, if you don't see that they are purposefully bringing down America, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. And not just like in fuel and fertilizer, whatever. They're cutting our food supply. They're you know food plants, food processing plants are being burned down. Um, Again, I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but farmers are being made to cull their flocks and their herds, and farmers are being told not to plant. Some are being told to destroy their crops, and they're doing it, guys, because they're getting paid to do it. And to them, the bottom line is making money, and so um, you really can't blame them. It's the system. Um, Guys, if you read up on the Holodomor, uh, what happened in Ukraine in the early 1900s, like 1930s so, to the 1950s, a lot of millions of people died there, because of policies from the government, and I see so many parallels to that. And we're being bombarded with information. Some is misleading. Some of it is not true. Some it just to keep us on our toes. It's psychological warfare, guys. So much to keep up with. um, I'm hearing how, Russia and China are planning to invade the United States, which I don't see that likely. I don't see it. But if we're being sold out by our own government, which they've shown that they're doing it, that's very plausible. Our own government, the federal government, is bought and paid for by China, guys. There's a lot of lobbyists, a lot of people that have been bought out by the Chinese. It's all business, guys. It's just business. I don't know how bad it is, the details in the macro level, how much China is running things, but apparently they have that much pull where we got sold out, guys. There's more money going over there than their money is coming over here. The trade deficit is ridiculous. So, just they're making more off of us than we are of them making off of them. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave relevant links below. Be preparing, guys. Honestly, um, I would be trying to stock up as much food as possible, as much necessities as you can. Try to take care of your vehicles. Um, just be getting ready, guys, because these things are coming. These things really are coming. To me, it's no longer something that it might happen. But the signs are there that this is what it's coming. It's coming to, and very soon. Anyway, guys, y'all take care of each other and love each other out there, because that's what we're here for. God bless.